Hey everybody, thanks for watching. This is Chase, and today we're going to be going over some of the items I keep in the truck. The reason I kind of wanted to go over this was because, as you guys know, if you guys have seen the channel before, I'm big on being prepared for stuff. So I want to show you guys the kit that I keep in the truck. It's still a kit that's kind of in progress, so bear with me a little bit if you guys have any suggestions on what you think I should carry in addition to what I am carrying, or things that I don't need, whatever. I'd love to hear you guys' comments. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into what I've got. So I went ahead and unstrapped the Plano boxes that I have in here. I have them strapped down over the top, both of them individually, so that they don't fly around. I don't think we need any projectiles in the event of a wreck, so it's important that we strap our stuff down, so I do, but obviously I didn't for the sake of this video. But yeah, so I keep two Plano boxes in here. They're both like the Foot Locker type. This one's a bit smaller than the bottom one, but these are great little storage boxes. They're not waterproof or anything, but they're good boxes to have, and keeps you organized. So I'll show you guys what's in these in a minute, but let's go ahead and go over the other things I have in the truck. Starting off with this guy. This is just a simple toolbox I got from Walmart. Not too expensive, but it's just got some ratchets, some Allen wrenches, some screwdriver and bits, just lots of little simple tools that you'd need in case you need to fix anything. Actually, these don't take off the plates, so it's a good useful tool. The next thing I keep in the truck are some snowshoes, which might seem a bit obscure. The reason I keep these in here are for two reasons. So the first, obviously, is recreation. Having some snowshoes is a lot of fun. Lots of things you can do with these. Obviously, go snowshoeing. But another good reason to keep these in the truck is to get people unstuck. So because it has these spikes on the bottom, it's great in the ice too. So when you're trying to get people unstuck, you're trying to push people's trucks or cars out of the snow, these are great to just toss on real quick. They're easy to put on, and it gives you a lot more traction. That way you're not sliding around right along with the truck. So that's good to have. Another important thing to have is this obviously the scraper here tool. Now this might seem a bit obvious, but not enough people are keeping these in their trucks, to be honest, or cars. So this is really important. I park my truck in the garage, but having this in case you do park outside and it snows, whatever, or if you go to some place, you want to make sure you don't forget this. So really important to have these as well. Next thing I keep is my get home bag. So you guys have probably seen on other channels people's get home bags. Mine's pretty simple. I can go over what I keep in it if you guys want me to, but it's actually probably a bit bigger than most people's get home bags. I'm a bigger guy, but I also carry this for two people. I want to be able to provide for multiple people if I can with this one bag. Getting home and providing shelter, food, whatever. So this is a good little bag that I keep around in the truck. Not all the time. If I'm taking a trip into town to get groceries or whatever, I probably, will take this out for the sake of room, whatever. But if I'm going out of town, if I'm going anywhere, especially on longer trips, this will always be in my truck. So I keep that with me. Last thing, well, not quite the last thing that I have in here before we get into the Plano boxes, is my pet liner. So you guys know I have 2 Malamutes. If you've been on my channel, you guys know I have 2 Malamutes. And a couple of the features that I like on this one, it's a nice little brown canvas, but comes with this little PVC thing, which tucks into the seat, keeps it from moving around. It also has these straps that strap around the corner of the seat. So it's a good little liner to have. It also has some cargo pockets on it, which is nice. I wish it had some side walls to protect the doors, but otherwise it's a really great pet liner. So I keep this in the truck all the time too. I also have this, actually got this recently for Christmas, so I keep this in the truck now. It's a little solar powered, what do they call it, power bank, so you can charge it and charge your phone. It's also got a little light on it, which is pretty cool. It's got SOS and flashing, which is pretty sweet. So I keep that in the center console, but I brought it back here to show you guys. So that's a nice little thing to have, so I keep that in the front. All right, let's go ahead and get into what we got in the Plano cases. So in this box I have mainly clothing stuff and some other items, but the first big thing I have is some extra boots. These are some Reebok combat boots that I got that have steel toes. I used the crap out of these when I was working at a lumber yard, and they protected my toes a lot. They're really good, tough boots. They're pretty worn down, but I like that it's got the side zipper. I like that it's got the steel toes. They're great shoes and tough, and so they're not quite waterproof like the ones I wear. I wear some Keen Targis in the wintertime, and they're waterproof up to a certain level, and so they're good boots to have, but it's good to have a second pair, in my opinion. So I have some wool socks as well, and some regular socks in case I want to layer up in the second pair of boots. So those are good boots, and I keep those in there. I got some winter gloves. These are just simple little winter gloves that I keep in here. Keeps me warm. Good gloves to have. My wife keeps some snow pants in here, so she has those in case we need them. Those are good to have as well. I also keep some water in here, some extra water in case I need to use it to cook with or whatever. It's good to have that available, just a little extra big water bottle. I also carry another pair of gloves in here. These are work gloves, so they've got some Kevlar patches here for working and for keeping your hands protected. If you want to change a tire, work on the engine, whatever, it's good to have those. My wife also has a pair of Keen Targis, and we love Keen, obviously, so she doesn't like wearing these all the time though, so I keep these in the truck for her in case she needs them. Also got a pair of Giro, or Gyro, however you say it, or maybe it's Gyro, I don't know. G-I-R-O is the brand of ski goggles, and so another little recreational item or utility, depending on how you look at it, but these are good. I keep these in the truck all the time too. Last item I have in here is a little Gerber hatchet, or Fiskars, whichever it is. It's actually got both companies on here. I'm not really sure which one it is, but it says Gerber here and Fiskars here, so either way, it's a good item to have. It's a sharp little axe. Obviously got tons and tons of uses. I think if you want to be prepared, then you should have one of these in your truck, so I do. That's the last item I have in this little box. So let me go on to the next one. So most of what I have in here is camping oriented. So I've got toiletries, cooking stuff, a hammock, I've got a bear horn, but this is good to have too in case you need to signal somebody or scare off an animal. Good to have these. Another little item that I have that's not hugely thought about if you have dogs, but I got some booties here. These are good for we do a lot of trail walks and stuff like that, so if you see glass, if you see sharp ice, sharp rock, whatever, you can toss these on the dog and it protects them. So it's good to have a pair of these around. I need to get another set for Freya. But other than that, I got another toolbox in here. I have one item in particular I'll show you guys here, which is this AK-47 bayonet. So this is a pretty cool little item. It might seem a bit obscure, but the reason I keep this around is actually a pretty good multi-tool. It's got a pretty aggressive saw on the back, which is nice. And it also has, if you interlock the knife and the sheath together, it makes wire cutters. So that's actually a pretty cool little feature. It's actually a great little multi-tool. One of my cousins who was deployed brought a few of these back and gave me one. So it's one of my favorite items that I have in here. Pretty cool to have and keep around. Other than that, it's just a pretty simple toolbox. Got more basic items in there. And other than that, I've got this here, which is a little collapsible water container. If I know I'm going to be camping, or we just want to have some extra water reserves, whatever. It's got a little spigot on the bottom, which is nice. I've used this a lot. It's a great little water container, and it's easy to store too, so that's cool. The last thing in here that's really of any that's worth any mention is this little hitch shackle. So this is a pretty simple little item that you can put into your hitch, but it's better than the standard little stock offset attachment point, which is right there, a recovery point, because it'll protect your bumper being out there. It's easier to get to, And obviously, if you're using a tow strap, you can get the tow strap around the shackle, so that's important. So I keep this in the second box as well. So this is the last item I have in here. I actually keep this in this box, but I'm actually going to move to this box because I think this has a bit more room for something like this. But this is a little hot cold bag, good to have for obviously keeping things warm in the winter, or cold if you need to as well. Not that that would be a huge struggle to keep something cold right now, but this is a good little item to have. And it's a little REI bag. It actually folds up into like a square, like lunchbox kind of style shape. But this is good to have too, I think. So I keep it in here all the time as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the things I have on the roof rack. So the last few items I have on the truck, I keep on the roof rack in this little Plano box. As you guys can probably tell, I'm a big fan of Plano. They're American made. I think they're made in Indiana. And they're great little boxes to have. This one's a little gun case, little 48-inch gun case. That's weather resistant, so it's not great for weatherproof. Yeah, so this is what I keep in here. So the first item I keep up there is a little trench shovel or trowel, however you want to say it. I keep this in there year round. It's great to dig yourself out of mud or snow if you need it. Yeah, this is just a great little item to have for recovery purposes, so I keep that in there as well. The next item I got in there is air down kit. This is not going to see too much use right now because the compressor that I had up there, I believe, got shorted out. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to it. Yeah, so I won't be using that too much right now because of that. But I do keep this up there all the time, so it's a good little item to have in case you want to spontaneously go off-roading or whatever, so it's good to have. Another item I like having with me is this Fix-A-Flat. For obvious reasons, it's good to have, so I keep that in the rooftop box as well. I also keep some tie-down rings in case I need to haul anything. These live up there as well. These are specifically for the Prinsu roof rack, so these are good to have when you're hauling cargo, hauling wood, whatever. These are great items to have. All right, last couple items I keep in there is obviously the tow strap. Good to have these. Some people like to keep the bungee style, like the stuff that has a little bit of spring to it, which there's something to be said about those for sure. But I just think these are probably the most versatile things. You can do lots of different things with these. But obviously, if you're gonna have shackles on your truck, you better keep some of these so you actually have a use for them. So got that in there as well. And then the last thing I keep up there is some jumper cables. Pretty simple, obviously. Just keep these up there in case somebody needs them. I've had to use these already. So actually, the first time I used these was not even on my own truck, on somebody else's. We were stuck on a trail. If you guys watched the Medano Pass video, I grabbed these to help a Jeep that had, I think they had fried a computer or something like that, but they thought it might have been a dead battery. So we went ahead and tried to use these on them. It didn't work, but I think it's important that everybody should keep some of these in their truck all the time. So got these up on my rooftop box. So that's all the items I keep in the rooftop box, and that's actually going to be about it for the truck. Besides the X-Pole traction boards, if you guys want to know more about those, I do talk about them in previous videos, and I can do another video on them if you guys want me to, you know, doing strength tests, whatever. They're great boards in my opinion, but I also keep those on the roof rack. Great to have during the winter time. But other than that, that's going to be about it for the all the items I keep on the truck in the winter time and year round. So if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to add anything you think I should have in the truck, any things that I shouldn't keep in the truck that I listed, I would love to hear it in you guys' comments. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.